Hey, how's it going on, you lovely people at Shut Door or Door Shutter, coming back to you with episode 11. And today we are going to get into kind of some ore production here and see what we could look at here. So I've quickly went ahead and excavated a little bit more under the power gen room. And I want to place an ore laser base on each one of these pieces of dirt. And I'm not sure if I can do this, but I would love to not have laser lenses in these. I know we're going to be voiding iron, gold, redstone, and I believe that's about it. So we have a little bit more in that way. And let's get rid of these pieces of dirt here. I guess I could use my shovel. Okay. And we're going to go out one block and all the sides of these. And we're going to place the laser drills. So we can actually place quite a few of these. But right now we're only going to place a band of these just to see how fast these actually produce. Because we're going to have so many of these, I don't know if I want to have a whole lot of these here. So we're just going to see. And I'm hoping the layout of this is actually going to work as well. Yeah, it looks like it will. And then I have to put add-ons and everything in here as well, so that'll be fun. But let's get 2 of these down. Okay. Then we're going to need a flux point. Okay, so let's get a couple flux points. And I probably just want to set this in the center here. And grab some nitro cables. Do we need nitro? I don't think we'd want nitro. I think we'd want something a little bit less than that. Nitro. Or niotic? Niotic, that's what I was thinking. Because this only does 50,000. This should be fine. So we're doing some progress. I probably want to drop this down a few. Okay, so I've placed upgrades in here to just kind of see how this is going, and we're just going to push to the top here. And I've set this to about Y level 26. For some reason, I went to negatives and it wasn't working, but we could set this down to negatives again to see. See, it just doesn't seem like it's producing any ores, so we're going to bump this back up to like 30. Let's go a little bit lower. 15. And I guess we'll probably have like these maybe set to 15, these maybe set to like 30 to something else, and maybe these set down a little bit lower. I'm not 100% sure on how I want to do this, but we are seeing some good results here. Definitely more lasers. Definitely. So let's actually do that. Let's get some more laser drills here. Oh, you also got to make sure you're watching the placement. Okay. And we can actually place some here as well. I think, right? Yes. I just had to look. Okay. And then just keep going. And then let me get some add-ons. Okay. So everything should be powered now. And you can see that this is going increasingly faster. It looks like we actually got nether quartz. Let me look at something. Okay, so actually, we can do this. If you look here, there is like a 1% chance, basically, like the smallest chance, I don't think it's 1%, to get this in any biome between 0 and 255. So if we actually look at ores we want, so for example, uranium, if we wanted uranium ore, this actually does not come from this in the form of uranium ore. It comes in the raw uranium form, which is kind of odd. Is 5 and 29, or 0 and 255. The best. Is that right? So in the nether, it seems like uranium is better. That doesn't sound right. So the end, you can't get that. So uranium is going to be super rare in this dimension. And what in the... That is so strange. Isn't it? Or am I just losing touch with how this works anymore? The same thing with glowstone. Okay, so you just get a small chance. Fluorite, let's check that. Just kind of looking through some of these. Any, so this actually is like a normal material. Yellowite, which actually I believe can replace uranium, right? Like it is just uranium. So where did that go? This one? Any? Let's see, that is not the greatest chance, but any biome will give that to you. Okay. 15 and 50. All right. So I mean, we are getting decent results, right? 13 and 34. We're kind of in that sweet spot of getting things we need. It looks like we're going to have to build a few of these in the nether. And I think we will do that, just not right now. I mean, we are getting some of the stuff we want. Not everything we want. I want lapis because I don't have lapis. Iron, gold, and redstone. I don't even think I have any redstone. Redstone, oh, right here. We will probably be voiding just because we don't need it and we don't want to waste any time doing that. So I think what we'll do is we're going to quickly place this one because it's going to bug me. We're going to start working on the centerpiece, and I'm going to get all of this other stuff done off camera. But we'll need a few things before we can start truly working on the actual center part of this. So we're going to do ore doubling, tripling, quadrupling, I believe, with industrial foregoing this go around. I've done this once before, but I know that we need a washing basin. Because if we look here, here's the breakdown, right? We take liquid meat, and we take raw ore, any raw ore, and we'll get a raw meat ore variant, basically. This can then go into the fermentation station, which makes fermented ore meat. Fermented ore meat can then be put into a fermented, or a fluid sieving machine. Apologies. And then the fermented ore meat then becomes the dust variation. And then, of course, the dust variation can then be converted into an ingot. And it doesn't seem like it's very streamlined, right? There's a little bit of context missing with JEI's interpretation of this. So we're going to have to actually look at this so we can understand it a little bit more. So we've got the washing factory. I need to make sure the machines I need here. We need a fermentation station. Just 100% check that I got the right ones. So washing station, ooh. We have the ability to do this. So let's actually go make that real quick. Okay. So first things first, washing factory. I think we're going to just place this down. So the dead center of the room is probably right about here. So I want to place this about here. Okay. And I guess it don't really matter which way I face it, but let's place it there. We also need water. Or no, we need meat, right? We need liquid meat, which actually I have in this tank right here. So we're just going to toggle this. And then we're going to do pipes. Actually, no, we need a flux point first. So we're probably going to have the flux point running under the ground. All right. And we'll have an ender chest that this can pull out of. We're not doing just one of these, by the way. We're going to do multiple. But for right now, I'm just kind of doing one system because I don't have a whole lot of time. Yeah, ignore that. Let's grab blue. Okay. And we will then put the blue here. We actually need to have this filter, right? This whole system filter. So trash can. So let's grab an item trash can. We can place this right here. And we'll have pipes. I don't really feel like using universal pipes. So we're just going to do item pipes. And then crescent hammer. And then we're going to take out iron. We're going to take out coal, gold. We have glowstone. Pretty sure we have a glowstone chicken, right? Yes. Okay, so glowstone, copper. Oof. We'll keep copper for now. Redstone, diamond, nether quartz. Okay. So that should be what we want to pump into the trash can. Okay. And I think that should be everything that we want. Unless we want to make a filtering system for the ender chest before it goes into the washing station. We have a lot of ender chests. So I'm not really concerned about trying that. But let's make sure we actually have every chest we need, right? Okay. So let's grab... This will be the main ender chest. And I'm actually going to pipe into this. Just so we have like that external buffer. Okay. And also, can this only do chunks? I did not think about that. Can this thing only do chunks, huh? Washing factory. Washing factory. Okay, so this can only do chunks. So we're actually going to need to stop doing this for a second and work on getting a block breaker of some sort. Okay. And then lapis is going to be kind of just not... so, yeah, we're going to have to do a lot more separating than I thought. And I don't think... Actually, that's in a perfect spot, that ender chest. Okay. But yeah, we're going to have to stop here and actually work on something else, which is probably getting Applied Energistics stuff going. Which one of these is my backpack? I think it's probably this one. Yep. All right, so we've got what is that? 9 flawless Certus quartz, budding Certus quartz, and we're kind of just waiting on them to grow. So what I'm going to do is actually speed this up a little bit here and see if we get anything growing. I'm also going to take my other pickaxe, and this is kind of the process. We need to get these Certus quartz to actually grow so we can then harvest them, and it'll be fantastic. Because we actually need to make these into charged versions as well. Because we need fluix to actually get crystal growth accelerators, because we need Certus quartz to basically get started on this process. Then we'll need fluix, and then we'll need to get a controller and create like a subsystem kind of situation for our refined storage system, because it's just going to be easier that way. And the reason we're doing this, if you remember, is because the construction or formation and annihilation planes from Applied Energistics have enchantments applied directly to them, rather than refined storage's option, which is a fortune card. And since we have apotheosis, we're able to get an excessively high amount of fortune, and that is what I want for the ores. And so that's how we're going to do a breaking system for said ores. So that's the plan, at least. We need to get a charging situation going here. Okay, so we're just going to grab water, and we're going to grab quartz and redstone. So let's grab that. So we actually need normal quartz. We need redstone. And then we need a charger. This right here. and I think we can just grab a flux point. And let's grab some item pipes. And that should be good. So let's just set this right here for a second. Nope, not right there. Right here. Why not? Now let's grab a chest or two as well. So chest, this, and then we'll do... where's my hammer at? This. Okay. And we're going to say advanced pipe upgrade in here. Advanced pipe upgrade in here. We're going to blacklist Certus quartz. Here we're going to whitelist Certus quartz. We're then going to take 16 of these. Throw those in there. And then attach a flux point to this. And that should work. Okay, so yeah, that's going to give us charged Certus quartz. Fantastic. This is just a simple and easy automation for the charger, by the way. You could probably make a little bit easier and better with laser IO if you wanted to, but we're trying to avoid laser IO because I don't want to cause tick rate issues. Okay, and then we can actually toss these into our system for right now. Almost there. Alright, and it chose to be difficult instead of placing my own water source. We're just going to throw all these into a puddle and forget that I have a magnet on. Okay. Fluix crystals, fantastic. And that should be all we need for the, what did we want? The crystal growth accelerator. That's what we wanted. So let's fly over to the warehouse. Okay. And crystal growth accelerators. So we need 9 of these. Crystal growth. We also need quartz glass. Just get a couple of them and then go from there. At least 4. Nope, not even 4 because I need more. Okay, so we should be able to grab 4 of these. And then we're going to place these under. That's totally where I placed it. Totally where I was looking. And then we're going... Oh, well, actually, the problem is... Yeah, we're going to have to face them another direction. Hold on. Because the cable can only go into the bottom of these. Or this side. This side here. So we need to actually have that there. So cable. We need a energy acceptor. At Applied Energy. We need this thing right here. The good thing is we only need 1 of these energy acceptors. So we're good there. And let's place that there. Place that there. Okay, so this should be active. The other thing is we could actually put multiple on this crystal. But since the way I've placed these, I probably have to pull it out 1. Which I don't really want to do, but I mean we could. But for right now, this should be okay. Hope we got an apotheosis boss heading my way. Good thing I am hidden safely in my warehouse. Where they cannot actually reach me. But they can be heard. So that's when we come up here and we just type in witch. And now they can't be heard. All right. So we are currently going to get more cable, which requires quartz fiber. So we can actually attach this shenanigans. The good thing is these don't require channels. It only requires power to activate these things, which is fantastic. But I probably will move this out one. But I'll probably do that between episodes. And I might actually put it on the ceiling somehow. That'd be kind of cool to have it above me instead of just on this wall. But that'll be something for future me to find out. If I can even figure out how to do that, right? I'm breaking this with the wrong tool, by the way. But if I want to quickly place them, all I have to do is just this and then vein mine. So it's not really a big deal which tool I use. But we will want to set up planes for this to actually break these. And of course, this definitely speeds up the process of being able to get everything. Yeah. And we may want to separate the rows. 9 and 9, huh? I may just want to take out this one. Cardboard boxing it doesn't drop it down to flawed, by the way. That's why I was using that. But what if I actually put this energy acceptor in the center? Actually, well, I guess we're going to have a controller here, because if we want to be able to break things, we're going to need a controller. So let's actually look at a controller. So add applied controller. Skystone, huh? Do I have any skystone? Just in general? I do. So let's go smelt this, which I believe is this one here. We can just toss this in this chest. Kind of cheese it a little bit. But applied controller. And we can go here with the controller. And then take this out. Do this. Okay. And the way I want to work this, I think, for block breaking purposes, oh, I'm completely out of fluids. Okay. Is kind of use this side for these two. Use this side and this side for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10. That's not gonna work. We can pull 32 channels. So this is where channels come into play, by the way. Each side can pull out 32 channels. The way we're thinking about doing this would require 5 channels per side. This doesn't count as a channel. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Because you have this side covered. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. If we cut this down into 5, 10, 15, we could run this off of one dense cable, which dense cable has 32 channels, while these normal Fluix ME cables have 8. So we'll need to run a dense cable to actually be able to accomplish this. So I think we'd probably have dense cable here, dense cable here, dense cable here, and then normal cable with anchors on this side and this side to then run over here, and then of course dense cable and then cable to do all of this stuff. I don't know. It's kind of a spitball here, but we're looking at things and stuff, okay? So we actually need to go get more. Oh, I just did it again, didn't I? I've been apparently breaking it. It's because my one slot is always my pickaxe. So let's actually change that real quick. And then break all these. I like how you could just use these as decoration. Like, genuinely use them as decoration. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it is a nice color, but, you know. Alright, so I'm going to charge these and wrap up this episode here. I did not get a whole lot done, but we have started Applied Energistics, which is actually one of the goals for this episode, right? Next episode, we are going to get into fully completing this. I mean, we've got to the point of the actual crystals, which is good. That is going to be a key step. You know, that is the step to start Applied Energistics, is getting the actual Certus quartz. So, well, then next episode, we need to actually make a storage system for Certus quartz, which is going to be a subsystem, and then that system is actually going to be pumped out of. But we want to be specific on these four. We're going to be doing normal Certus quartz. And then on these, we're going to be doing Certus quartz dust, which is the non-Certus quartz clusters. They are the large Certus quartz, the medium Certus quartz, and the small Certus quartz. Those will produce Certus quartz dust. So these four Certus quartz dust, these four Certus quartz in itself. And then, of course, these can be charged. These can then be, used as such. I mean, we also could crush them, but I think doing it at the source is probably going to be the easiest option. And then the dense cable, by the way, is this stuff right here. It's not that expensive. It just takes a little bit of time to get. It does require wool. We have string, so I'm not concerned. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the T.A.C. SMP. This has been an interesting one. Of course, because we are going to start merging two different systems. And I'm excited. I genuinely am. I have no idea where this is going to take me. There's going to be some complications because the whole external storage with Applied Energistics is going to have to come into play. We're going to have to filter some things. We're going to have to make sure things properly work all the time. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Thank you guys. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.